Now, I'll admit that the title of this video may not be accurate. There are probably worse articles out there, but this is by far the dumbest article that I myself have come across. As we all know, MrBeast recently cured 1,000 blind people of their blindness, and obviously that's amazing. But for some reason, not everyone sees it that way, and MrBeast got a lot of heat and backlash from the video he made. I already made a whole video discussing this, and if you want to check it out, click the card you see in the top right corner, but by now the story's become sort of irrelevant. However, for some odd reason, this random company named Techcrunch decided to write an article titled, MrBeast's blindness video puts systematic ableism on display, which basically means favoring normal people who aren't disabled. Right when I read the title of this article, I can already tell this is gonna be awful, but you know what, we need to give this article a fair chance, so let's do that, shall we? Recently, megastar creator MrBeast posted a video to his YouTube in which he spotlights numerous blind and visually impaired people who have undergone a surgical procedure that cures their blindness. As of this writing, the video has been viewed more than 76 million times, and the responses have been visceral in both praise and contempt. For his part, MrBeast has taken to Twitter to publicly bemoan the fact that so many are so angry at him for putting out what amounts to a publicity stunt under the guise of selfless charity. The truth is straightforward, the video was more ableist than altruistic. Wow, really? I would have never known. That's so horrible. How can MrBeast do something so evil? It's not like there are 1,000 people out there who can see now, otherwise I say his claim is complete nonsense. Oh yeah, that's right. But let's continue, shall we? In the broadcast lens, the biggest problem with wanting to cure blindness is that it reinforces a moral superiority of sorts by those without disabilities over those who are disabled. Although not confronted nearly as often as racism and sexism, systematic ableism is pervasive through all parts of society. The fact of the matter is that the majority of able people view disability as a failure of the human condition. As such, people with disabilities should be mourned and pitied. More poignantly, as MrBeast stated in his video's thumbnail, disability should be eradicated, cured. Okay, what in the actual fuck did I just read? I mean, I can understand thinking that MrBeast did this for attention, but it seems like the dumbass who wrote this article thinks that it's bad to cure someone's blindness. Like, what the hell? I mean, imagine you lost both your arms, but you were given the opportunity to have new arms. Would you rather live the rest of your life never being able to pick up anything again? Or would you rather take the chance to have that ability back? I legit don't understand what the problem here is, and the whole concept of favoring normal people over disabled people is completely delusional. It's not like he's saying disabled people are losers, he's just helping people be happy. I swear, it's almost like an AI wrote this article. There's no way someone can be this brain dead. On one level, disability being viewed as a failure of the human condition is technically correct. That's why disabilities are what they are. The body doesn't work as designed in some ways. If disabilities were computer software, engineers would be tasked with finding and fixing the bugs. Yet the human body isn't some soulless, inanimate machine that requires perfection in order to work properly or have value. I've been subject to a barrage of harassment on Twitter since tweeting my thoughts on MrBeast's video, in between calls for me to imbibe a bottle of bleach. Most of them have been hurling retorts at me that question why I wouldn't want to fix or cure what prevents people from living what ostensibly is a richer, fuller life because blindness will be gone. A blind person, they said, could suddenly see the stars, a rainbow, a child's smile, or whatever other romantic notion one could conjure. Okay, so at this point I can kind of understand. Like, I get the idea that being blind can make you stronger and truly open your eyes, but I strongly believe that most blind people in the world would do anything to be able to see again. Like, from what I saw in the video, it's not like these people became blind on purpose by stabbing their eyes or dumping bleach on them. They just got cloudy vision, that's literally it. I feel like if any of these people didn't want to be cured, MrBeast would have left them alone. I get that we don't see what goes on behind the scenes, but it's not like he's doing anything wrong. He's just helping people see again. It's not rocket science. For one thing, the doctors shown in the video aren't miracle workers. There is no all-encompassing cure for blindness. If the people who participate in the surgery have had their lives changed for the better by repairing their sight, more power to them. That said, we know nothing of their visual acuities before the operation, nor do we know what the long-term prognosis is for their vision. That MrBeast proclaims to cure blindness is essentially baseless. Bro. They literally explain how it all worked. Like, did you even watch the video? They explain what made the people blind, and they explain how they would cure it. And if you want proof, here's a clip from the video itself.
They can't see, but we have all the technology to fix it.
Yep, half of all the blindness in the world is people who need a 10-minute surgery.
Crazy.
Yeah.
If you're wondering how the surgery allows people to see again, it's because the lens in their eye got so cloudy that they can't see through it. So the surgeon uses a tiny vacuum to suck up the clouded lens.
Whoa, it's sucking.
And replace it with an artificial one. The surgery is that simple.
See what I mean? The explanation is right there in the first minute of the video. But yeah, sure, let's just say it's baseless that MrBeast is curing their blindness, because that fits your narrative better. Alright, so this article goes on for a while longer, but it's not really worth reading through all of it because the whole thing itself is nothing but a crappy conspiracy, so I'm only going to read 2 more paragraphs from the article. If you want to read it for yourself, I'll leave a link in the description, but here's the next few paragraphs. At a fundamental level, MrBeast's video is inspiration porn. Well, that's one way to describe it. Meant to portray abled people as the selfless heroes waging war against a diabolical villain known as disability, and it's ultimately not meant for the disabled person. It's for able people to feel good about themselves and about disabled people striving to become more like them, more normal. For the disability community, inspiration porn often is met with such derision because the message isn't about us as human beings, it's about a group that's less than the masses. This is where structural ableism again rears its ugly head. Think about it. If you fell and broke your hand or your wrist, that would indeed be bad. You'd be disabled for some period of time, but the expectation during your recovery time would be that you're still human, still yourself to reasonably do everything you could do prior. You may find certain things inaccessible for a while and need some forms of assistive technology, but you would expect to be treated with dignity and you wouldn't expect someone to miraculously reset your broken bone. Yet this is what MrBeast and his millions of minions are peddling with this video. They don't recognize the humanity of blind people, they only recognize the abhorrence of not being able to see. In other words, able people have a tendency to think disability defines us. Okay, I think I just lost brain cells reading that last paragraph. This guy literally compares breaking your wrist to being blind. Like, a broken wrist can naturally heal, blindness can't naturally heal. Also, what's wrong with being given a shortcut to your healing process? I mean, if I broke my arm and was given super healing medicine, I would most likely take it so I could get back to my life. The only reason I wouldn't is if I was trying to get out of something, like school. I can kind of understand the point of wanting to solve a problem on your own without the guidance of someone like MrBeast, but again, if these people didn't want to be cured, then MrBeast probably wouldn't have cured them. He's not a monster, he's just some guy on the internet who makes videos. Also, what do you mean by not recognizing the humanity of blind people? I really don't understand what this is supposed to mean. And you know what? I'm not gonna bother trying to understand. Overall, this whole article is nothing but a sad joke. The worst thing you'll hear people say about MrBeast is that he's only doing things like this for attention, but I swear nobody's ever gone to this extent. Like, I understand this article was probably written to get attention off of MrBeast, but you could just simply said that he wanted attention, rather than trying to use words like ableistic to describe him. Congratulations, Techcrunch, you wrote the dumbest article I could have ever possibly read. I hope your 5 seconds of attention was worth it. On a more positive note, the article received a lot of backlash, so much backlash to a point where it literally got fact-checked. I actually found this part pretty hilarious. It just goes to show how bad this article is, and MrBeast even responded with this epic chat response. Just thought I'd throw that in there. But yeah, this has to be the dumbest article I've ever come across, and I think Techcrunch should be completely ashamed of themselves for writing such garbage. But anyways, I just want to talk about that because I thought it was interesting how someone would try so hard to make a good thing look evil. And yeah, that's about it for this video. If you made it this far, thanks for watching, and if you want to see more stuff from me, like and subscribe, and turn on the bell to be notified when I upload a new video, and if you want to support me further, follow me on Twitter, and become a channel member to get access to special features, but it's your choice if you want. And yeah, thanks again for watching, and peace out.